Welcome to Romblon. Magandang buhay sa ating lahat. Bago ko sisimulan ng aking i-report, nais ko munang talakayin sa inyo ang konting overview mula sa aking i-report, ang Romblon. Kung saan ba ito nagsimula or ano yung mga belief, tradition, and culture sa taga-Romblomanon. So let's find out. Romblon, Lomlon o Domblon at iba't ibang pangalan na pagkakakinlanlan sa probinsya na tinatawag natin ngayon na Romblon. Napili ang lalawigan ng Romblon bilang Heritage Province noong 2012. Tahanan nito ng mga pinakalumang bayan sa Pilipinas mula sa bayan ng Banton. Ang Romblon ay napapalibutan ng karagatan. Binubuo ito ng pangunahing malalaking isla, ang Isla ng Tablas, Sibuyan at ang Romblon, na kung saan makikita ang mga natatanging karakter ng bawat katutubong Romblomanon. Mayaman din ang Romblon sa mineral na marmol o marbol. Kaya naman, ito ay isa sa mga pangunahing produktong pangkalakalan dito gamit ang malikhaing pag-ukit ng mga Romblomanon. Sabay-sabay nating alamin at tuklasin ang mga natatanging pagkakakinlanlan ng mga makasaysayang lugar sa iba't ibang kultura, kinagisnan, kaugalian, tradisyon at yamang dagat ng karakter ng taga-Romblomanon. Ako po si Sammy Labas, your presenter for today about Romblomanon. Next. In local languages in Romblon, mayroon silang tatlong lingwahe na ginagamit. So, ito ay tinatawag na Ate, Onhan, at Romblomanon. For the ancient indigenous people, so when we say ancient indigenous people, ito yung unang tao. So, unang taong nanuluyan o tumira sa bayan ng Romblon. So, ito ay Sibuyang Mangyang Taga-Bukid. Number 2, pamayanan ng mga ate. Yung Sibuyang Mangyang Taga-Bukid has distant characteristic and culture compared to the Mangyan and Mindoro. So, as you can see, diba, sa picture, is napakalayo when it comes to the kaugalian, pati sa tradisyon ng Mangyang Taga-Bukid, i-compare natin sa Mangyan ng Mindoro, malayo masyado ang pagkakaiba nila. So, that is the Sibuyang Mangyang Taga-Bukid. In Tayutang, ito yung style or pamamaraan ng mga Mangyan. So, ang Mangyan is an indigenous method of communication. So, pamamaraan sa pakikipagkomunikasyon ng taga-Mangyan. So, usually, ginagamit nila itong pamamaraan when kung sa time ng pag-aani ng palay, harvest season sa kanila. So, yun po. In Composo, Composo is a term for the rustic song that they created. In Mangyan kasi, tinatawag nila ang Composo ang tawag nila sa pag-compose ng kanta. So, literally po, eventually po, sa Mangyan, pag nagko-compose po sila ng kanta, is nakarelay po ang composition nila sa either lugar or kaugalian nila sa isa sa lugar nila, kung ano yung mga pinaniniwalaan nila, kung ano yung nakikita nila, yun po ang nagiging tema nila sa pag-compose ng kanta nila. So next is, meron din silang traditional healing na tinatawag na biyaw. It is administered to the sick people. So, ang isinasagawa ang biyaw sa taong nagkakasakit na hindi kayang gamutin ng isang doktor. So, ito, for the reason na nakasakit or nakamatay ang isang tao. So, usually, biyaw po ang tawag nila pag ganun po ang case na nangyayari sa lugar nila. So either sinasaniba ng isang tao or nakakapatay or nakakasira ng isang espiritu. So through that liyaw, ginagamit nila practices ng taga-Mangyan ang liyaw at traditional healing. Next is, pangalawa pong nanirahan sa Romblon ay ang pamayanan ng mga ate. So, they may have been of residents or first settled in the area and now called Ojongan. Ojongan, as well as in the province of Romblon in general. They came from the Panay, crossed the islands of the Boracay and Carabao before finally settling to the Tablas Island. So, ang ate daw is nagmula sila sa Panay, tapos tumawid sa mga isla ng Boracay at ang Carabao. Then, kung nakikita natin sa picture is, ang tao ng ate is, sila yung typical na tao na hindi masyadong sociable na tao. Hindi sila lumalabas, hindi sila yung tipo ng tao na sociable sa isang society. Kasi, ang ate kasi is, mayroon silang, kumbaga, mayroon silang gap when it comes sa pakikipag-community sa tao. So, in short, ang mga ate o aita is, sila yung taong mahiyain. So, sa typical look ng ate is, usually po sa babae at lalaki, pulot po talaga ang buhok nila. Next is, let's go to the main topic. So the topic that I discussed, first is the history of Romblon. So Romblon is a lot of names. Romblon, Lumlon, or Dumlon. For the culture of Romblon, Romlomanons are also known to be what? So, malalaman natin yan mamaya. In tradition of Romblon, has and later on, itatakan natin yan. A traditional dances of attire, instrument, and craft. So, itatakin natin yan after natin sa first na topic. So, excited na ako na i-share sa inyo ang a lot of dances and attire, instrument that includes in Romblon. So, let's go back to the history of Romblon. According to the legend, the province of Romblon was derived from the word Nagalumyon, which pertains to a chicken in the act of setting in its egg on the nest. This eventually evolved to Lumlon, and later on to Dumlon. The name reported by the Spanish chronicles before finally evolving to Romblon. In history, who settled in the island during the pre-colonial period, recollect the missionaries arrived in the Romblon to establish Catholic mission and the settlement, and they helped the Spanish authorities establish peace and order. Next is Romblon sub-origin. Original inhabitants were the Negritos from Panay and Mangyan from Mindoro, built with a massive four churches and watchtower in the province, such as the Fort San Juan in Banton, Fort San Andres in Romblon. The island became one of the center of the resistance movement against the Japanese led by the Free Panay Guerrilla forces. Upon the restoration, the peace and order in the province of the following Philippines-American War, the American established civilian government in the island. For the culture of Romblon. Although Romblon is a part of Southern Luzon, the Romblomanon way of life is almost completely Visayan. Thus, they have forms of arts that are different from those of their Tagalog counterparts. So, kilala din ang Romblon sa kaugalian nilang very hardworking, religious, and education-oriented. However, language such as the Tagalog and English are used in the transaction in Romblon. Romblon currently belongs to a region of Polo provinces, also to the 4th region. Rombluanos have their own dialect, which sometimes distinguish them with speaking other languages because of the hard accent. There are other major Visayan dialects such as the Asi and the Onhan in Memaropa. It can also be seen in the island that people often do their own business or his or her business. But you may be surprised that Romblumanos are very united and unite in the islands of the sea. So, sa Romblumanon daw, pinaniniwalaan nila na dagat daw ang nagiging connection nila as being united sila. Kasi po in Romblon, when you say sa Romblon kasi is napapalibutan sila ng dagat. So, nasa belief ng taga-Romblumanon na pinagkakaisa sila ng dagat. Then, next is, it will also be noted that the names used in the town of Romblon are purely named after San Po and Santa, a confirmation that most of the Romblumanos are Catholic. So, Catholic and mostly sa lugar dito. The natural resources and culture are preserved by the culture not changes their living habits. The tradition of planting, marriage, and other culture that they are accustomed to. Next is going down to tradition of Romblon. Tradition of Romblon, Romblumanon follow the tradition of the native like ceremony. So, the first is the sowing of the rice. It could be cleansing, then eating. When the sowing of the rice is over, then dancing. Method of the tradition is sabo. So, so pinaniniwalaan din nila ang pagtatapon ng palay. So, palay sa lugar nila. Kasi daw, naka-counterpart sa utak nila or naka-calculate sa utak nila ang pag ganun na gawain ng isang Romblumanon is pinaniniwalaan nila na ang kanilang buhay is makapagbibigay ng matiwasay pag ginagawa nila ang pagtatapon ng palay. Then, yun ang tinatawag na sabo. Sabo, kalintangan, o kayutang. And they drink tuba every time they sow rice sa pagtatapon ng bigas. And when the group has passed, so yun na, nagkakasiyahan sila pag ginagamit nila ang kaugalian na yun. So, biyaw. Yun, nasabi ko kanina, a traditional healing. That is a perform of the sick person. Then, next with that is, in tradition, it is important to Romblon to preserve and maintain their tradition and education for the indigenous people. Like them, it is also especially important today in modern era. Then, as you can see the picture, is hindi lang po yung beaches ha, may meaning po yan. So, tinatawag nila ang lugar na yan na Virgin Island or Isla de Cobrador. De Cobrador because it is said that those who often visit or kung sino man po nung unang panahon like the Spaniards, kasi usually ang bumibisita dito sa lugar ng de Cobrador is island o yung mga Espanyol na naniningal ng taxes. So, Sila po ang nabigay ng pangalan sa the Virgin Islands, Isla de Cobrador. Why Isla de Cobrador? Kasi may mga tao noong una na pumupunta sa lugar kasi ang purpose nila is para maningil ng taxes. So, in short, tinawag nila ng Isla de Cobrador. Next is, let's go back to the dances and the festival. For the dances and festival, according to my research po, Pandango, Uwases sa ilaw. So, Pandango po ang nabigay nila po na dances. So, Pandango, Uwases sa ilaw. Uwases is a very popular folk dance in the Philippines, originated from Mindoro, Mimaropa, the 7th largest island in the Philippines. So, in Pandango Uwases sa ilaw, this dance of light stimulates fireflies at dusk and at the night. Pandango sa ilaw, which translates as a dance of light, is a versatile, playful folk dance that showcase a unique fusion of local Western indigenous dance forms. Pandango comes from the Spanish word fandango, which is the dance characterized by the lively steps and clapping that varies in rhythm in 3 times 4 times. In Pandango, in Uwases sa ilaw, the lights refer in 3 oil lamps that the women dancer balance on the head and the back of head hand. Candle and the clear glasses have long replaced in the oil lamp. Pandango sa ilaw usually dance in a couple, with both women and men wearing traditional dresses. In Lingayen, Pangasinan, o in Mimaropa, Pandango sa ilaw, kumbaga, sinasayaw din nila ito. Next is, for the festival that includes in Romblon is Biniray Festival. Biniray Festival celebrated on the 2nd week of January. Biniray Festival play in dance to Señor Santo Niño de Romblon. According to history, the Santo Niño was forced to go back to Romblon because of the typhoon. After the Spanish brought the Santo Niño to the church and had a mass, the statue was said to be unbudging when the Spanish tried to bring it back to the galleon. Okay, so for the Biniray Festival, they normally quiet and serene. The port of town of Romblon was festive as townsfolk and tourists filled with the streets to take part of the annual. So, sinasayaw nila usually itong Biniray Festival sa maraming tao. Like, celebrate nila ang kaarawan ng Santo Niño. Base dito sa Romblon. Then, next is Talabukon Festival. In Talabukon Festival, is an indigenous celebration in the municipality of Looc. In Looc is barangay po ito ang Looc. Barangay na naka-include po sa island ng Tablas. Looc, Romblon Province, Philippines. Held during the 3rd week of April. It is held both to honor the Santo Joseph, to celebrate a genie who once saved the town folk, which in the process of protecting the people inspired the inhabitant name their place to Looc also. Yun po ang Talabukon. Next is Kanidungan Festival. The Kanidungan Festival is a coconut festival. It is an annual festival celebrated every month of April, a foundation day of Ujongan. So, nakakuan ka sa Ujongan, sa lugar ng Ujongan. And to honor Saint Vincent Ferrer, the patron saint of the Ujongan, Romblon. For the props, costume and attire, so, ito nakikita natin na picture is naka-relay po ito or naka-focus po ito sa props na ginagamit sa pagsasayaw po ng pandango sa ilaw. Their costume, their attire. So, may nakita po tayo, di ba? 3 baso na may kandila. So, as you can see the dress, di ba? Very artistic po ang damit nila. Very colorful po ang ginagamit nila. In Canesta Chico, colored shirt or printed material usually paid by pair. So, by pair. The girl and the women. The men and women. The traditional cloth in Banton is Banton cloth. Banton cloth estimated to be from the 13th to the early 14th century is the oldest existing piece of cloth in the Philippines, and it is considered to be the earliest specimen of the rat tie and textile Southeast Asia. It was discovered in the disturbed burial site in the Banton Island, Romblon, along with the other artifacts. In Banton cloth, traditionally, the entire process of weaving cloth for the daily use for the ritual has been the work of women. The production of piece of cloth entails a number of stages. It is begin with the cultivation of the plant, such as the cotton, the abaca, the pineapple, the fiber of which will be used of weaving. The kinutian attire. The kinutian made of the cotton and the dyed using binudbudan or rough ikat tie-dye resist thickness. It is the ritual death blanket of the Kadamyan. Traditionally, a person who wear in kinutian has the bragging right of having accomplished societal requirements before occupying position of power and privilege. So, yun po ang tinatawag dito sa the kinutian attire. For the dance choreography, so, ang nakalagay dito po na dance choreography is focus lang po sa pandango sa ilaw. So, here po ang dance choreography. Yan po. We're facing how the boy and the girl to position. So, ilang figure? So, figure 7, I think. So, figure 7 po. For the instrument, when it comes to the instrument, or when it comes to the music, they have what is called composo. So, nasabi ko kanina. Ginagamit ang komposo sa pamamaraan ng pakikipag-communicate sa kanila. So, pamamaraan din ng tagamangyan nito na gamitin tuwing sila ay umaani ng palay. So, kayutan po ang tawag ko doon. In composo naman is tawag ito ng tagamangyan. The way kung paano sila mag-compose ng kanta, but the description of that composo is nakarelate po sa kung saan sila nagmula, ano yung pinaniniwalaan nila. And they even use so-called the mangmang, instrument made of broken bamboo with a hole in the side for the good musical tone. So parang made of bamboo. Parang ginagamit nilang pagkanta. So, yun ang tinatawag na mangmang. Instrument made of broken bamboo with a hole in the side for the good musical tone. In kayutang, it is the indigenous method of communication. Then for the composer, so yun po, I mentioned in